What up, y'all? Hold on.
Tyga is really cutting ties with his Young Money, Cash Money family, as a recent interview with Vibe magazine finds a West Coast rapper speaking candidly about YMCMB, specifically Drake and Nicki Minaj. Some of you may remember earlier this month, on October 10th, Tyga took to his Twitter account to air out his qualms with his label. In one tweet, he stated, "Gold Album's been done. My label's holding me hostage, so I can't release nothing. Might just leak it for my fans and let them make money off of it." When asked if he was still on Young Money, Tyga replied, "Not for long." Mac Main, president of YMCMB, returned shade with tweets of his own, and Nicki Minaj took her own approach by unfollowing Tyga altogether.
Damn.
T-Raw took matters a step further, speaking with Vibe and expanding on his situation with his label and his thoughts on its biggest stars. When asked if Young Money was part of the creative process of his upcoming album, he had this to say: "Nah, I tend to distance myself from them." Vibe then asked if he was trying to break out on his own. "Yeah, I'm trying to go independent. I don't really get along with Drake. I don't really get along with Nicki."
Whoa.
Tyga continues, "I don't like Drake as a person. He's just fake to me.
Damn.
I like his music, you know what I'm saying? I think his music is good, but we're all different people. We were forced together, and it was kind of like we were forcing relationships together. It is what it is."
Damn.
But I've been friends with Chris Brown for like 6 years. That's my real, genuine friend. We hang out all the time. He lives up the street from me, so we don't just do music, we hang. I think being signed to Young Money, everybody felt like they had to force a relationship because Wayne put us together. At the end of the day, the reason why I signed to Young Money is because of Wayne, not because of Drake, not because of Nicki. It was because of Wayne and my relationship with him. I try to be cool with everybody, but sometimes everybody just has different personalities, motives, different characters. When you realize that, you realize it's not a place where you want to continue to grow. There hasn't been any official
Wow. Now, I didn't know what to think about that, but the shade towards Drake, I really don't understand, my nigga. Like, Tyga cool, but like Mac Main said, when you had that coconut juice popping, nigga, your first album, people really don't realize this, Tyga put out an album a long time ago, I think on a GD label or whatever. That shit went wood. It sold nothing, right? If you go back and look at the certain video with dude from I think Peter Winks or one of them guys, and Lil Wayne's in the video, you know, that's when their relationship kind of formed. Ever since then, and Wayne getting on songs with him, it kind of propelled his career. Now, if Wayne would have not fucked with this nigga and just said, "Alright, you know, I'll do a couple songs with you," and did him like Jay Mills, Tyga wouldn't be where he at now. So I kind of understand where his shade, far as who runs the label go, yeah. You know, who's ever behind Young Money, which is Mac Main, the president of it, you know what I mean? That's what his feud should be in Lil Wayne. But to throw shade at Drake and Nicki Minaj, I don't see where that come from. Y'all all from 3 different parts of the world. Drake's from Canada, Nicki's from New York, you're from LA. So that's 3 different type of cultures. And at the end of the day, y'all do different things. Y'all got different lifestyles. I get what Wayne was trying to do, you know, and it worked for a minute. But I think we all see this within crews. Look at Wale, Meek Mill, MMG situation. You know what I'm saying? You barely even see a lot of them together, and it's a roster over there, and you have a roster on Young Money. But I didn't get the whole shade when I woke up and seen that this nigga threw shade at Drake for what? I mean, what are you mad at? Like, Drake did what he did, and it worked. Wayne gave all 3 of them the same opportunity. The first person to actually sign to Young Money was Jay Mills. That was the first person, you feel me? Then he went and found, you know, Drake, then Tyga, Nicki, Drake, whoever, you know what I mean? They all came around the same time. He gave everybody opportunity to grind it out, you know what I'm saying, and put out projects. Drake had that talent. He already came with a whole album basically ready to go, built that buzz up, boom, he went. You know what I mean? He could have flopped, and then he'd have been put on the back burner. Nicki Minaj was set up next, you know what I mean? She found the lane, and it worked for her. Tyga's situation was, in my personal opinion, he didn't know which lane to go in. If you look at his first album to his second album, you kind of see the first one, he's being lyrical and actually has content in his music, and I guess he felt the numbers didn't add up. So with the second one, he followed every trend that was out. The DJ Mustard type sound and all these little records and shit like that, where you have your mixtapes popping more than your albums. Like, everybody will agree, Well Done out of the Well Done series is the best one. And nothing has changed from Well Done 2, Well Done 3, Well Done 4. You know, 187 mixtape was dope. But he did a lot of shit to where if, like, nigga, you sounding the same and you following shit. So your buzz is not dependent on Lil Wayne. You know, he didn't really co-sign Drake really like that and he got on the song with Drake. You know, Nicki, I don't even know if Nicki was on any Lil Wayne albums. I haven't heard her shit in a minute. But at the same time, they all went out and did their own thing. So for Tyga to throw shade at Drake, I don't really understand that. I get he mad at the label. You know, whatever circumstances is, it's still a label, and you're supposed to generate money. If we're putting money into your project, you know, we want to be able to recoup that. If you put out an album and selling 30,000 copies, you're not even going gold, why are you a priority? Nicki and Drake does nothing but platinum records. Lil Wayne does platinum records. You know, even they compilation together does gold, you know, records. So at the end of the day, it's a business. It's nothing personal, but maybe you're not doing something right to the point where if you really got a fan base like that, you know, why ain't they supporting you? Figure out what that is and go ahead and, you know, tweet to your fans and ask them, like, what are you doing wrong? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense to where, all right, you have a clothing line. Boom, you got a store. If that's picking up business, maybe your angle should be business. You know, music is not for everybody. It worked. But at the same time, if far as the music, if it's not popping, then you need to take a step back, take a breather, and see what's going on. I just think a lot of shit happened with Tyga to where he got lost in the translation of trying to keep up with people that was in his city and following that trend. Knowing you're damn near 25 and you're older than most of the people that's in that lane far as, you know, 16, 17, 18 and everything. It's a new generation far as LA rappers go. You did what I mean? And when you had the chance to, you know, be the lyrical one that can compete with a Drake on Young Money, you didn't choose to do that. You chose to go the little ratchet route, and that is like a trend. It won't last for long. So the whole thing about him throwing shade, I'm lost on it. Can I say I'm a fan of Tyga's new music? Nah, I still listen to Black Thought too. It's still in my phone. I listen to Black Thought. A lot of his shit before, you know, the Young Money shit was kind of cool. You know what I mean? He had the potential. You know, that mixtape was cool, I think, or that was an album. I forget the name of his first album, but I remember seeing it in Zoomies, and like little skater shops and shit like that. And even people behind the register were like, that shit trash, that shit garbage. So if they help you redefine yourself, you know, and recreate yourself and your style, how can you throw shade at them? I mean, first it was the label, then it's the artist. So at the end of the day, how many artists outside of Young Money can you really fuck with? I mean, Chris Brown is cool, but he ain't the hottest of now. I mean, y'all still didn't do the Fan of a Fan 2 joint, whereas now if you sign to a label, you'll be in the same situation as Young Buck and them. If you under the contract, that means we own you, so fuck it, we ain't pitting you out, period. You stuck on the label. Now, unless you gonna build up some type of bread or you have enough paper to buy out your contract, which I don't think you don't, because you don't really hear about that too often, depending on what you got signed for and what you worth. Maybe you got it, maybe you don't. But I mean, Jay did it. You know, you hear a bunch of people where they take their lawyers to the table and they get out they deal. But that kind of stagnates their motherfucking, you know, career. So if he wanted to be independent, which I think from the beginning he was, if it didn't work then, why do you feel now that you created a buzz off of another brand, which would be Lil Wayne Young Money, now you feel you want to go independent? I think that's ass backwards. You started independent, you know, maybe a feature or two for Wayne and y'all do business like that, but keep your shit independent, fine. But now to just say, oh, I don't really want to rock with the label, I want off the label, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is what I'm going to say, and I think every fan of Young Money, Cash Money been saying the same shit. When you had the dopest group, the Hot Boys, everybody left because of financial reasoning. What will possibly make you sign to the label? Because you know it's going to be money issues. It's because of the shine. You want the platform. You want to be seen on TV. You want the superstardom of being established under Lil Wayne's umbrella, because basically he's the star that helped your career. You know, Wayne can come out and just say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have no career. And that's real as shit. So I get sometime when you don't really see it too much with CEOs, with the artists get mad and throw shade at people. And it's just like, you could take Jeezy and Freddie Gibbs situation when we was like, why is Freddie throwing shots at Jeezy? So Jeezy said, fuck it, I'm going to tell the truth. You feel me? That nigga was taking his hard-earned money to make shit work for you, and nobody wanted to fuck with you. But then with the independent shit, with, you know, it worked for Freddie Gibbs, so I didn't understand that situation. This situation is different. Wayne should look at it like, fuck it. All right, let's pit this album out. If it doesn't at least 100,000 the first week, we dropping you, and then that's it. We sever ties. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you're going to have your artists that's sitting here mad, throwing shade, and going to leak a project, which I doubt, even if they put it out, no shade to Tyga, but do he even have a gold album? Has any of his albums sold? I mean, his mixtapes is dope, was dope, but do he even get a lot of downloads? So I'm not really understanding this shit to where, what is he really mad at? Because we all know nowadays, you don't even need a label to put out music. Chief Keef just got dropped. Does that hurt him? No, because he's going to go off with merchandise, touring, business with iTunes and everything else. So that's the part where I think now that Tyga understands the business model of music instead of just the music itself, a label really don't do shit for you. A label is like the bank. You feel what I mean? They don't really do shit. They're not going to promote you like they did in the 90s with the whole posters and the promo and this and that. They don't do that anymore. You basically got to come with a fucking plan and execute it right. They give you a platform, they give you a stage, and it's up to you to keep that up. Look at how Jay-Z runs Rock Nation. He signed J. Cole, but wouldn't put him out until he had that single to get it popping. I'm not going to do the work for you. This is your dream. This is what you wanted, so show and prove. You feel what I'm saying? And I think he got 2 gold albums under his belt. And you never heard him say a shady thing about Jay-Z other than keeping it real, like, you know, Jay came to me and it's like, we can't pitch you out without that single. So Tyga, I think, is just venting, just bitching, but that's not going to help him in the long run. Shout out to my boy on Twitter where it was like, is he trying to get blackballed? Like, definitely he could, because look at everybody that Wayne and Young Money Cash Money know. They know Maybach. You know what I mean? They know people over here, people over there. Everybody, I don't give a fuck who you is, respects Lil Wayne as an artist and as a legend. You know what I mean? And you kind of biting the hand that feeds you, Tyga, on some real shit. You know, at first I thought about, was I going to talk about it, you know, but then again, it's like, fuck it, I might as well, because that's what I do. I mean, I bought Tyga albums. Did I like his last project? No, not really. I still feel his first one is dope, but I still feel he can't release anything that's doper than Black Dog 2, because I didn't get why you can go from being a lyrical dude. I'm not saying you know Nas and no fucking Jay-Z or Biggie, but you actually can rhyme and, you know, put words together pretty fucking well. And you make sense and make good records. So why would you trade that in for ratchet type music? You know what I mean? And that's the thing with Tyga, where I just think he's lost right now. He's not understanding. He's letting his emotional shit, which is his personal life, fuck with the business. That's why I always say, you never mix business and pleasure. Your personal shit you going through with that stripper bitch, get that shit straight, but don't let that fuck your business up. Because saying that Wayne brought all of us together and it forced us to kind of be cool and kick it. If I remember all interviews, when all you motherfuckers was together, everybody sat there and said that they liked each other, that, you know, we like a family. It's not just music and shit. I've never heard nobody say no shady shit up until now. I mean, at the end of the day, we do see Drake kind of drifting off. We do see Nicki kind of drifting off. But if I'm a CEO, I want my artists to do better than me, because that brings me money. It's not about the money, but it shows I can find talent. Tyga just need to get his shit right, talk to Wayne one-on-one, see what they can work out, you know, and actually get his business model right. You know, if you got endorsement deals and everything like that, you touring, you know, you got a clothing line, that shit cool. That shows you kind of business savvy. But as far as the music, it's something not right about the music. So that's why I feel they're not going to put it out. But to throw shade at other artists, where it's like, that's not a good thing, because Drake will throw your name in a rhyme and he will speak the truth. Drake's an honest person. Nicki is too. So at the end of the day, is that a good thing for Tyga? Hell no. Should he be spazzing like this over social media when he has their numbers? No. And to go in a magazine knowing that they're going to twist your words, that's kind of crazy. Now what's going to come next? The magazine going to come out, and then Tyga go be in the interview like, oh, they misquoted my words. How can they misquote your words? Or it was off the record. Anything you say in a fucking reporter, he got a recorder there, no matter what it is, they act like they're turning the recorder off, but they're jotting notes and everything. So I don't want to hear that backtracking shit. Get on that Breakfast Club, Hot 97, or whatever platform, and speak your piece. Do that. Don't do all this other shit. I don't respect that. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at Tyga as a fail. You know, I'm still going to support the album if it dropped, but I just think he's acting like a bitch right now. He's confused about a lot of shit. He letting people get in his ear. Don't let Chris Brown get in your ear, because his career not even where it used to be. That's just my opinion on the shit. Hip Hop News, episode 30. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out for the support, man. I'll holler at y'all. 1.